Democrat Aftyn Behn has lost the special election for Tennessee's 7th district in the U.S. House of Representatives. She ran against Matt Van Epps, a MAGA Republican endorsed by Trump, and her loss was by 8.9 points. Normally, though, you would think she'd lose by double digits because this is a deep red district. President Trump won it by 22 points in 2024. She only lost by 8.9 points. Van Epps got 53.9%, Behn got 45%. I have to say, she ran a pretty darn good campaign. But why did she lose? She still could have won. Theoretically, she could have. What could have gone better? Well, unfortunately, the reality is that gerrymandering is a powerful tool. Republicans are very, very crafty when it comes to gerrymandering. Look up a map of Tennessee. Look up a map of Nashville. And you will see that they have sliced and diced it so that Democrats simply cannot get control. They've sliced and diced Nashville so that Republicans can just dominate in each and every district. And gerrymandering obviously is not a problem that's exclusive to Republicans, but Republicans do it way more. If you look at a lot of these states like Indiana, Utah used to be super gerrymandered, but now Democrats finally have a chance to win there. If you look at some states in the South, actually, there are more Democrats than there are Republicans, technically. And yet Republicans dominate because of gerrymandering. Just gerrymandering, screwing everything up. So yeah, that's the main issue. And obviously, Behn, no matter how good a campaign she runs, can't automatically undo gerrymandering. Some people will point out some things that she said before that, basically in the past came back to haunt her. For example, saying that she hates Nashville and some of the things that happen there, like pedal taverns, So she's been critical of the city, but not necessarily the people. It's Republicans who say, we love America, and yet they hate Americans. They hate so many Americans. They hate Americans who are not white, who are not straight, who are not cisgender, who are not Christian, men and women of the Lord, as they say. Aftyn Behn, did not diss people who live in Nashville. She just said, hey, some of the stuff in the city really annoys her, and so she said she hated it. She also did tweet something in June 2020 saying, hey, good morning to all the 54% of Americans who think that burning down a police station is justified. So obviously that's a tweet that she's gonna wanna delete, and she did. And that's something that, it might turn off some of the people in Tennessee who are really pro law and order, who are very like, oh yeah, no, back the blue, that's super cool. And so she had some stuff that she said in the past that was not pretty. Obviously, Republicans have said far worse. Obviously they have, but let's face it, stuff like that in a red state could come back to haunt her. It could make the difference in that if she had not said it, she would have done just a little better. If she had instead said, I love everything about Nashville, it's so perfect, maybe she would have done just a little bit better. But yeah, all that aside, I do think the biggest systemic flaw is the gerrymandering. The gerrymandering screwed her over. It screwed over Democrats in the past, and yet it's screwed over Democrats in the past a lot harder than it's screwed over Aftyn Behn, really. So this was not supposed to be one where a Democrat would come close to winning. But yeah, the blue wave arguably kind of continued last night, actually. It arguably did. We had the November elections where Democrats won in virtually every way possible. They even won in some Mississippi elections, deep red Mississippi. They won in Virginia. They won in New York, which are obviously a lot more blue. But yeah, it was going basically, their way. And now finally an election didn't necessarily go the Democrats' way, but Democrats still did better than they would normally do. A lot better. So yeah, President Trump and his policies are screwing the pooch. They are making it harder for Republicans to win. Matt Van Epps just happens to be a survivor of the Trump Republican humiliation that is going to cause them to lose seats, hopefully really badly, throughout the rest of 2025. There are no more elections in 2025, so that won't happen, but in 2026, heck yes, make it happen. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is the more the merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.